Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Jarhead, and this movie is directed by Sam Mendes, and it came out in 2005, and stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Jamie Foxx, and I thought this movie was pretty good, and I've never seen this movie before, and I've only ever seen like the first 10 or 5 minutes, somewhere in there, like the first however long of the movie, basically when Jake Gyllenhaal gets into like with a team of characters that you are stuck with for the rest of the movie. And the rest of the movie I've never seen before. And the only reason I knew about that is because there was a point in time where I was just like looking up movies that had like boot camp training or something. I was just looking those up because I was interested. And this was one of those movies that had that, and in this movie it only lasts for like 5 minutes, if even that long. And my guess is the reason that it's so short is because if it was a big portion of the movie, then it's probably just going to be compared to Full Metal Jacket, because that movie basically did that part of the movie perfectly. And since you don't really want to be compared to Full Metal Jacket, it's probably best that you don't have that much of the boot camp training in your movie, because, like I already said, you kind of just would rather do your own thing than just be compared to other movies that are doing what you do, but probably better. But what I like about this movie is the way it's shot. I think it looks very nice. And going into this movie, I had no idea that Sam Mendes directed this movie, and it's the film he made after Road to Perdition, and I think it's his third feature film. Like, I don't know, does a TV movie count as a feature film? Like, maybe. Okay, if that counts, then this is his fourth movie that he directed, or third film that got a theatrical release, from what I know. I haven't seen the TV movie that he directed, but I think he's a good director. He's made good movies, and I've yet to watch one that I hate. The only one that I'm not really interested in ever watching again is Road to Perdition, from what I've seen. Like, I saw the whole movie. What I mean by that is, like, everything that I've seen that he's directed. Like, 1917, decent. I know I haven't reviewed it yet, but that movie was decent, and I like this movie better than 1917, personally. Some of you might disagree with me, but I just enjoyed this movie a lot more. And I really like the characters in this movie, and they're all very likable, and you do feel as though like they're a team, and they're a part of like a group. Like, they all fit together, and all these different rules in terms of like what you're supposed to do while you're just waiting for orders. You're just out in the middle of nowhere, basically. And what they tell you to do while you're just waiting. It can be comedic and like also kind of serious. As like, yeah, that I can see what that can kind of do to you. And I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was great in the movie, and I really believed his performance. And his character was interesting to follow, and a lot happens in the movie. Like, not really a whole lot of action, but like, it is interesting to see where we go from point A to point B. Like, there are so many scenes that I can remember in this movie that make this movie feel like packed. Like, in premise, like, you're gonna go into like a war film, and you might be thinking like, well, what could you really explore? Well, this movie has its own interesting angle to explore, like what it's trying to present, and overall it's really well done, and I don't really have any issues there for the most part. And I thought Jamie Foxx in this movie was pretty good. It was kind of funny at points, and whenever he was on screen, I did enjoy seeing him on screen. And there were points in this movie where I found it to be really funny. And they're not like, the characters aren't necessarily telling jokes. Like, stop everything, put everything to a grinding halt to have a joke. It's just funny what they're doing, and it makes sense that they would do these things. And this movie is also just about 2 hours long, and never once was I ever bored while watching it. And there were some scenes in the movie that I did find to be kind of cheesy, like unintentionally funny and kind of unnecessary, but for the most part, I thought it was pretty tight and there wasn't really anything that I would cut out. And I also don't really consider this a spoiler too much, but I really enjoyed the main theme of the movie, or at least one of the main themes of the movie, and that's basically just disappointment. And I don't think that's spoiling too much, but it really does explore that theme, and I found it to be very interesting. And also, when there is action in this movie, which is kind of minimal, if you're going into this movie expecting an action movie, you're going to be disappointed. It's more about its characters and to just exploring everything that I can to keep it interesting. But when there is action, it's pretty well executed, I thought, and it was entertaining to watch. And overall, this was a really solid movie that I would definitely recommend you check out. It's not perfect, it's not a masterpiece, but it is a film that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. And overall, it was really solid, and I would definitely watch it again. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Jarhead a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Jarhead, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Salt. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.